Hi guys, Kev here from Down the Wing 433. Welcome back to a huge episode for me personally. Anyway, we've played 39 of our 40 games. In squad battles, we have one game remaining against this side, which could prove pretty difficult. There's not really a weak link at the back. The midfield is pretty stacked, and the front three are pretty hard to handle now on legendary with competitive mode. Obviously, Aubameyang, Eriksen, Mbappe on the bench, and probably the best player in the game in terms of coin value in Promise. So at the moment, the minimum to get into the top 200 is there. So we're going to have to win this game like 5-0 without a doubt to probably have enough points to get in. Maybe not 5-0, maybe we can concede a goal and still get in. But we're definitely going to have to score 5 and hopefully can keep a clean sheet. So this is the team that I've been playing with for about, I'd say 25, 27, 28 games. So it's been 26 squad battle games and then the featured team and the team of the week team. So obviously got a massive player there up front in Davor Suker. He's probably the best Croatian striker of all time. And Kramaric there. So I've really enjoyed using these front two. As you can see, like just goals galore from them. Have Sancho as well. He's chipping in almost a goal a game. And Fatty on the left, who, is going at a rate of more than a goal a game and contributing to the team. Time to start this match, and the pressure is on. My hands are sweaty and clammy already, and hopefully, we can get the job done and give ourselves a good chance of, I suppose, finishing in the top one. That's top 200. Sorry. I lost the game earlier in the week, which is kind of the issue because I lost at 5-4. Still got like 900 points, but I'm missing like a minimum there of about 1100 plus potentially. So if I had those points and I won this game, I'd definitely probably be finishing the top 200. So let's see how we go here. Hopefully we don't get absolutely smashed by the likes of Ben Yedder and Martial and Lucas, because skill moves, it just makes it so hard to defend. The players just move. Look at what is that Kante? Yeah, look at what Kante just did. And he's not renowned for skill moves in FIFA, but chance. Go across the goalkeeper, and that's 1-0. So realistically, it's just about getting the 5 goals here. If I do get 5 goals, I'll potentially run around the pitch just keeping the ball, because the clean sheet's 75 points, which when you multiply it by the 2.1, it's obviously over 150. So it's 150 points could make a difference in terms of where we finish. So just gotta keep on trying to get those goals, and that's really it. That's the only. And there's 2. That's a good start. That is a really good start, but obviously a long way to go with the computer. They only need one moment. I always try to start really quick on squad battles. If you can get 2-3 early goals, it just takes the pressure off. In terms of you're not trying to score 2-3 late on in the game. So I've really liked playing with that fatty card. Like he's he's going to catch me here, I think. No, shoot, goal, fantastic. I thought I was going to get caught there. Sancho's shooting is actually quite good on his right foot. His left foot's not very good at all. It's 3-star weak foot, but he just, even with 3-star weak foot, he's not very good. But if you can get him on his right foot, he usually going across the goalkeeper like that. He's very good. That's a bad pass. I'm going to pay for that. He missed. Wow. Yeah, I thought that was a clean sheet gone there, to be honest. That is a huge let off, but I'll take it given how important that might be. Hit that. So we could have been 3-1 and it's 4-0 now in the 28 minutes, so that is massive. Hopefully no more bad passes from me at the back. I'm just going to have to play it safe now, because that was an OB and A driven pass, and I was trying to drive it out to Sancho, but unfortunately it just got cut off. But we survived. Lucas Moura put it wide, which was pretty lucky for us. But this is the type of thing that's annoying. Like look at Dembele there. He's just impossible to like really sometimes defend that. It's more about like whether the computer makes a mistake and you get the ball, because if you go to the player, they'll pass. If you don't go to the player, they can run, and just basically leave you for dead. So it's a weird combination of like jockeying and trying to pressure, but not overcommitting. It's just very difficult to actually get it right all the time. I've noticed the computer does this as well. Sometimes the press, it's like, see, like there was no way out there. It was like stuck in this corner, and there's just nowhere to go. I thought I was going to give away a penalty there, but like sometimes you can't stop the computer. Like it's going to get a chance, and just hopefully it doesn't score. But hopefully we can. No. This is just a poor. Wow, that nearly went in. That would have been an interesting fifth goal. Okay, we just need that goal now so we can. And there it is. And now I'm just going to check the match facts to see. But we haven't had any corners. Yeah, see like possession. So 5 shots, 5 goals. I'm just going to keep the ball when I get it now. I know that's not going to be great, for viewing and stuff. Might be a little bit boring, but it just stops the computer. Like if you can keep the ball for a large period of time, it just obviously takes away the time the computer has to work with it and really like do that damage. This is also like probably a squad battle tip. Like this is how. Well, that wasn't a really good example. But generally speaking, if I get the ball back, I can show you in a second now. If I ever get the ball back. So the computer is just like so good at just doing nothing, and then all of a sudden just like. And that's the thing, like when you're 5-0 up, if you give the ball away, it can be very quickly, like it's such a costly. And I usually find this is where the computer scores its goals as well. Like you've won the ball back, but you just see, look, Delaney's like, I've won the ball back there, but he freezes and then. Okay, so I'll try to show you what I usually do. But can't show you again because it's half time. But basically what I'll do is I'll get the ball with the winger, I'll run towards the corner flag, then do a drag back, run back kind of towards the halfway line, drag back, run back to the corner flag, and just continuously do that over and over again. If I get a chance I can show you here. So the fullbacks will kind of jockey um, as you can see. So the fullback's kind of jockey to block the cross, but you can just simply keep doing this nearly over and over again. Sometimes the winger will track back and pressure. And then another thing I'll do is sometimes just run across the pitch like this, and essentially just give one winger a break from doing it, so stamina doesn't get absolutely ruined. And it's just really about keeping the ball away from the computer so it can't do any damage. And it is a bit boring and is a bit, like, I suppose, mind numbing, but if you're 5-0 up against a team that's 85, 86, and even against teams that are 75 rated, because at the end of the day, the AI can, like, that's a bad pass there, and I'm surprised that the fullback didn't pick that off. But like, the AI can do skill moves and chain it all together, and like, it's better than the pros at doing that, because obviously you've got humans that will make errors and stuff, or they might have a favorite skill move, but the computer will do different skill moves all the time, and will quite literally be able to move and pass in the same motion, and like first time shots are like rockets, and as you can see, I've kept the ball since the start of the second half, so like 15 minutes is gone, computer gets the ball back. They usually will get it back once or twice, but we've got it back now. So again, like, if the computer only gets it, once or twice in the second half, and you can kind of keep it, then obviously you're giving yourself a better chance of keeping that clean sheet. Obviously, I'm going to miss out on the shots on target, and the corner, but like, my possession will be up, so you can get a maximum of 50 points for the shots, and 50 points for corners, so it's 100, but like a clean sheet's worth 75. Obviously, I've already got 5 shots on target. My possession will be 70 or 80, which, as you see, in a half time it was 60-40, I think. So it's all just about playing the numbers game, and it is a little bit boring, but when it's your last game, you just really got to do it, to try get those points to make the top 200. So I suppose while I'm doing this, UFC 254 was pretty crazy. Obviously the big news would be, Khabib has retired, 29-0. I actually just don't think there's anybody that can beat him. I don't think there's a game plan that you can do to beat him. Like, he's just that good. I think you might be able to clip him with like a good punch. Obviously, knock him out. But like my brother said before, he reckons that the only way to beat him is just go out and act like there's only one round. Go out and act as if there's one round. Go all in one round and try and knock him out in the first round, because just, I think too many people try and obviously avoid being taken down or avoid using too much energy if they get taken down. But Khabib's just so relentless that he just takes people down, and he just keeps doing it over and over and over again, and waits and waits and waits. Last night he just walked Gaethje down the whole time, and the submission was incredible. Pretty bad refereeing not to see obviously the tap. Gaethje tapped like 2 or 3 times. But quite amazing. It was pretty sad to see, obviously, how, like, I wouldn't say broken, but like emotional he was at the end. Obviously losing his dad this year. I think sometimes we forget that these people are human, and like, he probably just hasn't dealt with the grief at all, really. It's just probably been thinking about this fight, and then he went out and got the job done, and then it just all hit him that that's it, and he's retired, and he obviously knew he was going to retire before the fight, win or lose. So that's off to him. Like, as you can see here, I've just kept the ball. As boring as this is, like, the computer hasn't touched it, I think, since the 60th minute. So realistically, the computer hasn't been able to do that damage. And if I can keep this ball, I should be getting 2600-ish points, which is pretty important. Last week it was like 106,000 points to get into the top 200. It doesn't seem to be the case that's going to be as high this week. I didn't think it would be that high last week, but obviously the weekend league was delayed, but it was delayed during the day on the Friday, whereas this week it was delayed from 6 p.m. UK time, like, onwards. So it was like people probably had played a good bit of their weekend league potentially. So as you can see, 75% possession. Computer had no shots on target. Really only had that one chance with Luke Smart after we get the ball away. So fingers crossed this is like 2700. Yeah, so 27-29. That's a perfect score for me now, because I was kind of working off another 2500, which was kind of my average. But obviously that's going to push me a little bit further up in the leaderboard. And all we can do now is hope that come midnight tonight we have done enough to make the top 200. Guys, that's going to be it for this episode. It's obviously nearly 18 minutes long. As you can see here, we've won on 415, so that's going to put us like 190th. But yeah, I'm not too I'm not too confident there, because there's 4 hours 51 minutes to go, and there's only 10 spots. So I would be surprised if we hold on to the top 200 this week, unfortunately, even though we obviously won that game. I could go back and replay the featured squad and the team of the week on Ultimate to get an extra 200 points, but I don't think an extra 200 points is going to really push us up that far. Like, it would push us up 2 spots. So yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I'll probably do another update at midnight. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we've done enough to make the top 200. If not, we've gone close again. Stay safe, guys. Thanks.